Bitcoin's meteoric rise is coming. You just have to be patient and buy as much Bitcoin while it's on sale that you can. Bitcoin is cheap right now. So I have been heavily evangelizing Bitcoin since 2022. And then all of 23, 24, 25, let's call it half of 22 and, so far in 2026. So in the last 3.5 years, you got to understand, I am constantly owning Bitcoin, but around Bitcoin, other things are rising and falling, rising and falling and rising and falling. And when those other things are rising and falling, it is hard for some Bitcoiners to hold on to their Bitcoin. So for example, back in 2022, Bitcoin's going through a slump at the end of 2022. Well, right then everybody's like, well, why would I buy Bitcoin? It's going down. It's like, it's going down because it's going to go up. Like, it's just a matter of time. It's down because FTX and Luna and Three Arrows Capital and Celsius and BlockFi and a bunch of other stupid companies, FTX, they all blew up. So it dragged the price down. So guess what? That's temporary. So if you're buying Bitcoin for less than $20,000, even less than $17,000, which I was recommending, not financial advice, but I was recommending you do, not as financial advice, but just as what I am doing, then obviously you're massively up. You're 400, 500% up on your investment if you actually did that, back when I was advocating that. But shortly thereafter, Bitcoin's price started going up and Dogecoin started going up faster. So for a period of time, everybody was wanting to talk about Dogecoin and why Dogecoin was outperforming Bitcoin. And I'm like, give it a break, everybody. This is temporary. It'll crash. Buy more Bitcoin. And of course it did crash and everybody who bought it was sad. And then it was Shiba Inu. Well, Joel, why is Shiba Inu going up faster than Bitcoin? And everybody's worried they're missing out on Shiba Inu. I'm like, just ignore it. It'll pass. Of course, Shiba Inu crashes. At some one point in there, then XRP went a run and then it crashed. And then Ethereum took a run and then it crashed. And at one point, MicroStrategy, the company that now goes by the name Strategy, it took a huge run and was outperforming Bitcoin significantly for a short period of time. And then, of course, it epically crashed. That doesn't mean it's a bad company. It just means the stock for a period of time got way ahead of itself and then it epically crashed. Well, where are we today? Well, Bitcoin in the last 1 year has underperformed gold and silver. So just like before, everybody, the sentiment in the marketplace changes to, why are we holding Bitcoin when gold and silver are outperforming Bitcoin? First of all, zoom out like for a freaking minute. Gold and silver outperformed Bitcoin in 2025. If you zoom out to the last, 3 years, Bitcoin outperformed both of them. Gold and silver are only outperforming Bitcoin if you literally zoom in to just the last 12 months. If you zoom out to any meaningful time frame of 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, Bitcoin has absolutely smoked all of those other assets. The same was true of Dogecoin and Shiba Inu and MicroStrategy and XRP and all this other stuff that came and went. Now, I do think silver will come and go. I think the silver will ultimately experience an epic crash similar to 1979. Silver's up like 180% in the last 46 years. So good for you. If you bought at the very tip in 1978 or 1979, you have made, 2 extra money or something like that in 46 years. So obviously on a annualized growth rate, that's a ridiculously low percentage. Gold, on the other hand, has performed better, but gold between 2011 and 2018 went for 8 solid years without setting a new all-time high. Then it went a little bit higher up to $1,800. And then it ground around there for 4 years. And so somewhere between 8 and 10 years plus another 4 years, it's been like 14 years that gold has been basically going nowhere. And then suddenly gold goes on a tear. And people are like, but wait, gold's outperforming Bitcoin. It's like, so after 14 years of languishing, gold gets a little bit of catch-up growth to get back on track where it probably slowly should have been all along. And everybody's worried that they're getting left behind. Come on, give me a break. Silver, 46 years since the huge spike in 1978, 1979, when the Hunt brothers tried to corner the gold market. And again, here we are, 46 years later, silver's on a run. You annualize that return, it's ridiculously small and immaterial. But again, if you just super zoom in, that's what you get. So here we are. Bitcoin will outperform gold. Bitcoin will outperform silver. There's a massive amount of money in gold. So the question is, why did gold and silver go on a run? Actually, I'll do a separate video about that, of why gold and silver are up. But you should watch the most recent Jack Mallers interview that came out Monday of this week. And he's got some really good insights on gold, silver, and Bitcoin and why their prices are behaving the way they are. So I highly recommend that. But the short take is you got to keep your eyes on the prize, which is Bitcoin will outperform everything. In the near term, if you're distracted by NVIDIA stock or Tesla or gold or silver or XRP or Dogecoin or Shiba Inu or MicroStrategy or strategy or anything, eventually you're going to look back and you're going to buy something when it's going way up, and then you're going to sell it when it's way down, and then you'll have a lot less Bitcoin. I mean, it's just ridiculous how little Bitcoin people have as compared to what they could have based on the decisions they made chasing momentum rather than chasing fundamentals. Bitcoin has all the fundamentals already, which is all you need to know. If something has all the fundamentals, it will eventually have a price that reflects that. It may not be in the exact moment, but eventually it will have a price that reflects that. Just like eventually XRP, Dogecoin, and Shiba Inu will have the price that reflects their underlying value, which is zero. It just might take a long time to get there, and there might be ups and downs along the way. But if something is not valuable, eventually that will become apparent. Bitcoin is valuable because it has the best attributes of money of anything that exists in the universe, and humans need money because we're not going to go back to barter. Therefore, Bitcoin is valuable, and the price will reflect that. It's just a matter of time. So I'll do a separate video on gold and silver and a few other things, highlights I want to throw in. Thanks.